What's going on, guys? Mitch here, and today we've got a set of Sram Red cranks in this box that are going to go onto the Project Tarmac SL8. So I've done a video already unboxing these guys, and you're going to see this a lot in the video. So there it is ahead of time, and yes, there's a blue film on top of that crank arm. We're going to leave that there. That's a wear protector. While I install this, I don't need to scratch it and slip and hurt these bad boys, so we're keeping it. So we're going to walk you through how to install these on your Tarmac SL8. Last week I did a video on the bottom bracket, which is a ceramic speed coated BSA threaded bottom bracket. And I said I needed 2 spacers, I believe. So I've got my spacer sheet right here. Just for reference, in case you guys missed it last week, this is a ceramic speed bottom bracket spacer overview for SRAM Dub. And it's broken down quite nicely. So if you want to pause and see that, it took me a little while to actually find the sheet online. But as you can see, if we go to the BSA, where are we here? 68 mil, so we got a 0 mil for standard, which is what this is, on the non-drive side. And then we've got a 3 mil on the drive side. Am I reading that right? I think so. So 3 mil on the drive side, nothing on the non-drive side. And that is going to be our magic formula for the day. So let's dig into that box. This is what the ceramic speeds stuff comes with. Whoop. Bada bing. And these are sorted by size. So what did I say? Nothing on the non-drive and 3 on the drive side. And then hopefully the rest of that slack can be taken up by the actual spacer on the crank arm, which I'll show you here in a sec. And this is what I'm referring to here on the actual crank arm, right here, if it wants to focus. Come on, man. We can see this axle spacer. This slides, it's actually threaded. This thing right here. It's threaded. I think there's either 2 or 2.5 mil on one of the sides of this, and it actually takes up a little bit of space. So we're going to loosen that down so that we have a little bit of space, just for reference. Take off that little sleeve and get started on the project. So let's do that now. Loosen this guy off, at least so it's, maybe it's already loose. Yeah, it's already loose. There you go. Actually, probably should have showed that first and foremost. So there you go. But one of these sides is going to have, there it is right here. You just tighten that down and that takes off the, what's the word I'm looking for? The slack. So unscrew it, obviously, to gain as much room on that axle as we can. Maybe give yourself just a hair, just in case. And let's get this boot off and get it kind of put on the bike. You'll notice as well on the actual crank arm, it comes filled with grease for the bolt, which is awesome, but none on the edge. So we're actually going to add a little bit onto the interface portion of this here right now. And then we're going to simply put this through because we don't need any spacers. There we go. Good. Ensure we've got clearance on the actual crank arm. Everything looks good. Nothing's touching. And as I space that over as well, keep in mind, it's going to push that away. So let that drop and get our 3 mil spacer. So we have the 3 mil spacer right here. And it comes with a bunch of these, obviously, but you don't need a lot of them. It just sits over top of that axle like that. Nothing too crazy. And I guess next up, let's put that crank arm on over top of everything. Now remember, inside here, it's already packed with grease, but in case it's not, you can always put grease in there. But it looks like it's all good. So we're going to go ahead and thread this on to that axle. And then tighten it down. I think it uses an 8 mil inside. Might even be 10. I can't remember. No, the cap is 10 and the bolt's 8. So let's grab our 8 mil and tighten that on. So there we go. Cranks are installed nice and tight. Spin nice and free. That 8 mil bolt should feel bottomed out. It can't really go anymore, so that's good. And then you want to ensure that there's no space in the actual system itself, utilizing that 2 or 2.5 mil spacer bolt on the other side of the axle. So I'm just going to cinch that over by turning it ever so slightly right now. And that takes up that gap, just a hair. Just a hair, and you should feel it kind of stop right there. And cinch that bolt up. And remember, that will wear in over time as you kind of break everything in. So just keep that in mind. It's normal to ride it for a bit, and a little bit of play will develop, which right now I have 0, but that's it. You'll be able to just tighten that bolt a little bit more and you'll be good to go. So there you go. That is a Sram Red E1 AXS 2 by crankset on the Tarmac SL8, all installed. and ready to go. I'm going to tighten that down and move on to the drivetrain. Thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you next week. Peace.